So you want to lose weight, but you don't want your life to be about carrots and broccoli all the time. You're not in the mood to be waking up at 5 a.m. You don't want to be counting every single calorie intake as if it was a math problem. And you definitely don't want to be spending hours in the gym pretending you enjoy it. So here's the real question. What if you could lose weight by doing a lot less? Well, you can't magically get six packs by doing absolutely nothing. But what if you could get results by being strategically lazy? Because the truth is that the laziest way to lose weight isn't about doing absolutely nothing. It's about doing the minimum effective efforts on a consistent basis. And if you do it right, it actually works. Much better than going all in for a few weeks only to end up quitting. So first, let's define lazy. Lazy doesn't always mean careless. Lazy sometimes means the bare minimum, as you're not trying to do everything. You're just trying to do what matters most. So instead of overwhelming yourself with a lot of habits, just add a few things that give you the best results. So you go into the supermarket to pick up a few groceries, only for you to be spending most of the time checking the labels of every food item. Then I know that you're tracking your calories, but you're only making things more complicated. So place more focus on meals that looks like chicken, beef, eggs, and yogurt, along with something filling like rice, potatoes, or pasta. And you can always add a little greens every once in a while. So stop stressing over that 17 grams of carbs. Not saying that calorie deficit isn't important, but you can't starve yourself by trying to eat a lot less. So aim to eat more naturally filling foods that fills you up by getting in the habit of preparing your own meals every now and again. But if it's a case where you can't cook or you just want the easiest way out, then you can always hire someone to do it for you. Ever heard the phrase? That eating less and moving more would equal more weight loss? You probably have. But the truth is that you don't have to be destroying yourself in the gym or kill yourself with endless cardio. In fact, you just need to move around enough and let walking be your main hobby. So if you're feeling down, go for a walk. Feeling upset? Go for a walk. And if you're feeling bored, just go for a walk again. And when at work, in some scenarios, instead of taking the elevator, you can always try the stairs at your own pace. But if you happen to be at home, sitting down on the couch, then you can always consider investing in a ellipse leg exerciser, where you can literally exercise while sitting down watching your favorite movie. And if that's not lazy, then I don't know what is. Your second option is that you can aim for around 8 to 10,000 steps per day, or just a few walking sessions. 2 to 3 short sessions per week is all you need to be on track. And besides, we walk every day, which proves that walking is easy and low effort, as we don't have to think about it too much. And this is how you're able to trick your brain into burning more calories. Another way to go about it is by making your environment do most of the work. Instead of relying on motivation to get you going, just remove your decisions from your environment by keeping junk food outside of your house and allowing more healthy meals to be present on your dinner table. And drinking more water before everything else is also important. So get into the habit of taking a bottle of water with you wherever you go. And next time, whenever you visit the supermarket, just purchase an entire case of water and have someone assist you in placing it in the back of your vehicle. Now, if that's your home, then you can place a few of them around certain areas within the house, like at the side of your bed, in your living room, inside of your refrigerator, or at a small table right next to the front door, so that you'll be able to grab a bottle on your way out. And as a result, discipline becomes an afterthought. Because if the only thing in your fridge are foods that helps your fitness goals, then you're actually on your way. As doing these things helps you to lower the bar a little bit. Too often we see many people mess this up by trying to be too perfect, but in reality, it's impossible. You only need to aim for good enough workouts, decent meals, and mostly consistent habits on a daily basis. Because trying to be perfect usually lasts for around 6 days, while being good enough usually lasts you a little longer. So instead of asking, what's the best plan, you should ask, what's the most effective plan that I won't quit? And simply let time run its course, which is unfortunately the phase that most people hate, because it can be quite boring. And sometimes it can feel as if you're not losing weight fast enough, which can leave you with feelings of frustration. But if you happen to be a person who loves sports, for example, Then use it as a way to burn more calories, especially in your free time when you're just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. And it could be any sport, like football, soccer, baseball, or simply by the act of riding your bike. Even though some sports can be physically demanding, however, if the activity is something that you truly love to take part in, then you won't feel the pressure or overwhelmed, as your brain would be tricked due to the fact that you're having fun. So pick up that football and head to the nearest park. You can even bring a friend or two. And if you choose to go cycling, then you can always purchase a bike if you don't already have one. So, as long as you stay consistent with these habits, you will eventually lose weight. And long term, things will start to become more of a lifestyle. But some things to consider, especially for all you lovers of French fries, sodas, and peanut butter. Bear in mind that the more you eat these kinds of stuff, the more difficult your weight loss journey is gonna be. So if looking at the back of food labels somewhat makes you feel better, just remember that even if it seems more on the healthy side, doesn't mean that you should consume unlimited amounts of it. Otherwise, everything would be in vain. And with that said, work smarter and not harder. And as always, stay fit.